I can't hold it no more, nigga.
You was right on the dot. You was right on the dot.
Damn, I'm holding my breath.
He said the same. Me too. He
Took
said
the words right out of my mouth.
Shit, I'm sick of this shit.
Right.
Make it 3. Shit, work with what you got.
When we got good energy, it seems like that 5 seconds take forever, man. Because you be ready to say something.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
What I wanted to say was, I know we were just talking about before we got on before we started talking on air, recording this shit. We was talking about Aristocrats, but did y'all watch All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Of course.
What? Like, how did we even stumble upon this shit?
Charlie.
How did we stumble upon these shows, these movies?
I didn't see that. I didn't watch that movie.
Because they was
no,
all Disney?
was All Dogs? I don't think All Dogs Go to Heaven was Disney. But because they literally, movies came out.
What's that one? Is it Homeward Bound?
Homeward Bound. Yeah.
These motherfucking dogs were just out in the city.
Homeward Bound.
Two dogs.
Fox and the Hound, classic.
What was we doing, man? We came too far. I don't watch that shit no more.
I definitely do. You know, sometimes you need a classic. I feel like that. Sometimes you need a classic. Some of these cartoons are just too much.
I heard
Homeward Bound is a classic.
Homeward Bound is not a classic. Fox and the Hound is Homeward Bound is a classic to some. Let me not say that.
Okay.
As
Fox
a kid,
and the Hound is a classic.
it was a classic to me as a kid.
Well, just look at some things that you watched before. I've seen some things that we watched before, and I'm like, ugh, I kind of cringe at watch. I watched Three Ninjas and was like,
did you watch it as an adult?
Yes, that's what
I
I'm
have not watched it as an adult.
Watch that shit as an adult.
No.
A lot of movies I don't want to rewatch though. That shit, a lot of that shit don't age well.
With the
that
white
should be
kids.
aging like
Rocky
trash.
loves Emily. Rocky
Oh
Tough
my
Tough. Listen, what I'm
God.
saying is the shit was a classic then. Don't get me wrong, but it's some stuff that I watch and I'm like, we was really like into this shit. Like Power Rangers.
That's what I'm thinking. Power Rangers.
My son watched Power Rangers.
Was the shit as a kid. You watch that shit as an adult, you like, what the fuck is this?
It's at the juice bar. I'm like, how did they? So the city get messed up every episode, and the next episode the shit cool.
Yeah.
Come on,
They was what was the things called with the Z?
Putties.
They was called putties. They was hitting, right. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
It's called buddies. They explode and it's cotton. No, they shit got cotton.
Yeah.
And when they get hit, sparks flying off. Hell no.
Nigga, at 3:30, right after school, I'm in front of the TV like, let's go Power Rangers. I have your little thing when I went like this and shit.
Hey, you mad?
I can see that. I can see you doing
you
that.
mad
I
if
see
you
doing
missed
that.
an episode because you can't. You can't.
It
watch
wasn't no
it
DVR.
again.
Yeah.
There wasn't no DVR. We missed that episode mad as shit. Mama, we were supposed to go home. We were supposed to go home right after school.
Oh, shit.
Why you pick me up late?
Yeah.
I ain't thought about that in a while. If you missed
What
some
the fuck
shit
was
back
you
in the
doing
day,
all
you
day?
just did
Working?
shit.
Yeah, if you didn't, that's when the VCR came out that you could record over.
Yeah.
When people be like, record my show.
Exactly.
You had to do 15 million things to record one show.
And then that shit caused household troubles. Like, motherfuckers used to think they gonna come on, somebody recorded some shit, the kids to record it, some goddamn cartoons.
You
all they
recording
shit.
over it, yeah.
Then it took the tape out, like, I'm supposed to know the timer was on.
They right.
This old motherfucker got a timer. I'm in here watching porn. My mama mad now because her show didn't record. I didn't know what was going on.
And listen, if you only got one TV, somebody want to watch Ricky Lake at 3.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Somebody want to watch Ricky Lake, so you just ass out. You don't know what you gonna do.
I remember you had to write on the VHS tape to let
Yeah.
motherfuckers know what was on this VHS tape. Why you always putting that VHS tape and the shit that was written on there was never on there, bro?
Because we record over that shit.
Motherfuckers recording over the other thing.
Let me
This
not
shit
have a
said
tape.
Friday, you get on
Man.
there and you like, what the fuck?
Let me not have a tape and I'm recording over it.
Power Rangers.
They don't watch it enough.
I can remember as a kid, my mom taking me over her friends and shit house, like when that shit was like hot technology and shit. People invite you in, they be proud to show off all them goddamn tapes everywhere. I used to be real like, man,
Hey,
what
remember
the
the tape cassette, the little thing that you set it up, like it was like wood, like people had them in the
little
VHS.
cabinets and
That little
shit?
cabinet.
Oh man,
Just
people
putting your
was
shit in
showing
there.
out. Like, come on in. Like, man, I don't want.
They be like,
Ain't no room in this motherfucker.
This Disney and this action. These are action movies over here.
When you went over those people's house, them motherfuckers, you thought them motherfuckers was rich. You're like, you got all the movies? Where'd you get all the movies?
Where'd you get all these tapes from? God damn.
Hey, they was still in the original thing. Like in the original case.
They got new releases and
right.
shit.
But you knew you was over a hood nigga house when you go over there. They had the Blockbuster or the Hollywood video shit. Nigga, you didn't take this shit back.
Had 100 of them. I know you ain't rented all these.
Oh, shit.
Within the last couple days.
This nigga
I know damn well.
That box used to click the fuck open. This nigga, take that shit back, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Click.
Niggas be like, I done already paid for it, so I might as well go ahead and keep it. You right.
Niggas didn't give a fuck about their credit back then. Just renting movies and never taking them back. Just have it in the house for years.
Just having it. Like
if
brand new movies. You going up there talking about can I see belly? They like, we ain't got no more bellies. Like, where the fuck they at?
You rented them all out.
You gonna say we ain't got no more bellies.
Where the fuck they at? I remember going to Blockbusters, man. I can't believe we way off track. But I remember going to Blockbusters.
Friday night.
Soon as that shit, I promise. Soon as the movie had dropped, they had it on the
hey, that 3 day that
right
new release.
Yeah, new release is right here.
New release.
You like also Tuesday, huh? I'm fucking with it.
I'm fucking with it.
On Tuesday, they got 3 fucking tapes that they gave out to 3 fucking people. It's like, how the fuck we supposed to watch Bad Boys?
I'm gonna tell you why people kept shit.
Well, then you had to go to Hollywood Video hoping.
Yeah, Hollywood Video was not gonna have your shit.
Knew that shit was gonna have it.
It was not gonna have
I was gonna get some popcorn though. My mom always got us some popcorn in Hollywood Video.
But I'm gonna tell you why people didn't return they VHS tapes for Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. Because once you got it, right, it was always a family member like, oh, I just tried to get that mug. I just tried. They
Let
ran
them
out.
borrow that shit.
Like, can I see? Or they be like, I'm gonna come over and watch it. By the time you was supposed to turn the shit Tuesday, it's Thursday.
Exactly.
Shit, you're late.
You gotta call your people, man. Take that shit back. I'm already got them late fees.
That motherfucker done gave it to a friend. Talking about, nigga, watch this shit.
That shit broke up a lot of friendships. I'm sure it did.
I remember going over people's houses, and this was the shit. This is what I thought was like high tech. You go to people's house and they had 2 VCRs. They was recording the first VCR tape to the other one, and I'm like, this shit is hella high tech. Like, how did you figure this shit out?
They got the double-breasted VCR.
Bro,
the fuck is this?
they go copying the tapes, bro.
They was copying the tape,
bro. Yeah. As soon as the screen come on the VHS, it says copyright infringement. You can get a fine and go to jail. Niggas just skipping that part.
Everybody can fuck.
I think that's the disrespect, though. The disrespect is nobody really respected the VHS dubber. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Nobody really gave them the respect as the movies. Yeah. You know, when you go ahead and buy this movie, you see a nigga standing up in your shit, but you cool because you only paid $5 for it.
Exactly.
It ain't stand up too long. Right. You know what I mean? So you okay.
They just want to get a drink or something. They didn't take them long.
But the VH dubber should have got more respect because we all know movies come out like 5 months or 4 months after it's released, right?
Yeah.
Which I kind of feel like, why am I going to movies if I could just see it in 4 months? However, back then you had to wait like a year or 2.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember back then, though, every once in a while somebody would get a good promo edition, like it come out early and it had like shit going across the top. This is for promotional use early. Right. But it'd be clear, though. For back then.
Yeah,
Like, nigga, where you get this shit from, nigga?
He's like, I can't tell you my sources.
Nah, dog, I can't even tell you. That nigga uncle that had it, he stole it and brought it over your house. Like, look at this nigga.
Come on, Reggie.
Nigga don't know how he got it. He's like, nigga, I stole this shit from a friend. You see how horrible, if you go back and watch VHS tapes, you see how horrible that shit was?
It was trash.
Yeah, it was like, how did our eyes adjust to Ultra HD? Because it wasn't like that when we was kids.
Because we were so used to watching Channel 62 by the time we got something good,
right?
we was like, shit, I don't need nothing else.
That shit was so, you can see the little shit on the TV, like just all in the background. Like,
you can see pixels everywhere. You go back and look at shit.
But just imagine the work that somebody had to do to be like, I'm going to take us out of this and put us into this. You know what I mean?
I'm still trying to understand how they did it because it don't make no sense to me. Technology doesn't make sense to me. I don't even understand how.
Aliens, bro.
Yeah, I don't understand how I call you, right? And you on the phone and you can hear me, but ain't no wires attached. I still don't understand it.
That was that. Hello.
Yeah, like,
I got a few books for you to read a little bit later.
I need to read them damn books because I'm like, I still don't get it.
We came a long way. Our parents wasn't watching Superfly at the drive-in.
No.
And then coming home and getting it on tape.
Not right.
Hell nah.
Right.
They never knew. They never knew.
They never knew.
We got too many advantages right now, bro. We watch movies before they come out.
Yeah.
Like we just spoiled.
As they come out, as they taping it, as
Right.
they taping the
behind the scenes, like we get it before the movie come out.
Right.
Like, damn.
I already seen this one.
Like, yeah, this shit gonna be good. I seen them recording that shit. When I saw that shit.
Hilarious.
So yes, everyone be happy for the advantages that we have now with technology. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but man, I'm telling you.
Can't live with it, can't live with it.
There you go.
Hey, now I got to get to what's on my mind right now. We had a little fun with the VCR tapes and shit like that.
Listen,
Now we
you
got to
can- you
get
can see
to
him
the
itching.
meat of this
Right.
shit.
You can see him itching.
I've been
for it.
itching, goddammit. I was like, you know what? We ain't gonna bring up shit else. I'm butting in. We gotta come. We gotta talk about the slap. Heard around the motherfucking world.
Slap that's heard around the
Woo!
world.
The slap heard around the world is what you gotta call it, because it was the biggest slap. I don't recall a slap bigger than that.
Me?
Nowhere near,
either.
like even half. Like people don't get slapped.
You
So-
remember the slaps the historical slaps are the ones that's on TV,
Yeah.
the movies. It's like, oh shit. The mom always slapped the daughter or always slapped the son.
Yeah.
This shit was one of those smacks. It was like,
Or one of them smacks in a good Tyler Perry movie with an abusive man, like bam, like you know what I mean?
it's like, what the fuck?
Them
We
the only
never seen-
slaps you see.
We never seen a slap in real time like this,
I ain't
man.
seen no real slap to where the slap involved real life characters in a real situation. It was heavy. I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting that
And it
shit.
was a good slap. I mean, it was like a follow through ass
Like
slap.
if you really look at it, it was the perfect slap. Like the
Yeah.
nigga followed through, he set up, his back and his shoulders
Right.
was right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the
walk up was smooth. It was like a good ass.
It was
You
the
couldn't-
best.
nigga,
Even the walk away, the nigga
Right.
nailed it.
Right.
Like,
It's like you only had one take, and that nigga took advantage. Like, it was crazy.
it was like it was a movie.
It
You know
was
what I mean? Like Will Smith is a great actor. He won Best Actor.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you slapped that
That's
man in that
probably why.
fashion. You
Yep,
know what I
that's-
mean?
I didn't like the slap.
You didn't like it?
You probably didn't
Elaborate.
I'm talking about you probably didn't like the essence of the
No,
slap.
no, I
I'm
didn't
talking
like
about the
slap.
follow through.
I didn't like the slap.
You didn't like the slap?
The slap was
I'ma tell
perfect.
you
Chris
why.
Rock helped him though.
I'ma
He kind
tell
of
you why.
leaned
I'm gonna
in.
tell you why. I'm
What's
gonna
up,
tell you
Will?
why.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like the slap as a woman. Okay,
All right.
okay.
my nigga, we somewhere. Somebody talk shit. Woo 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 woo.
Yep.
Nigga, you about to go slap him, right?
Yeah.
You gotta. It was the sound of it was cool. It was all right, right?
Yeah.
But one, Chris leaned in,
He
helping
did-
him
he
out.
did
So
help
I'm
out.
like, you
didn't
really
know.
need to hit him. You really need to hit him now because you know.
Yeah.
But he didn't stumble. He didn't stumble.
Oh,
You say he didn't stumble?
He held that shit.
He
He
did.
ate it. He ate that
did
motherfucker.
eat
Oh,
smack.
okay, okay.
He ate the smack, and I'm like,
I agree.
you should have. You know,
Yeah.
little, I'll be like, that's how my nigga get down.
That
He-
smack
he-
didn't make him dazed.
You know what I mean? He didn't do
Yeah.
like not even a stumble,
None of
not
that.
even a.
I get
you
that.
you got if you gonna get up and you gonna smack him, not
Yeah.
punch him. You gonna smack
I
him.
mean, he gave him a Hollywood slap,
See,
but I'm
that's the
saying as
problem.
far
That's
as
the
this
problem.
form,
But what the-
like that
the
shit was
form-
good.
But the
power.
form was so good.
He
That
didn't put a
shouldn't
hell of
stumble.
power.
Nah, he didn't put
No.
a power.
Like that wasn't no barbecue slap.
nah.
Like he gave him an Oscar
So
slap.
listen,
He gave him an Oscar
so
slap.
this is
You know what I mean?
But
He
this
gave
is
that
what
nigga a gentleman's smack.
right,
That nigga was still gentlemen after this.
right. So that's
Go home, lay down.
and then but people are like this smack was just like oh shit like this
Nah, it
was not a
wasn't like
hood
that.
smack. You know what I mean? So we can't celebrate it like if my man better defend me. If
It
your
wasn't
man
no hood smack,
if your
no.
man defend you like that.
Yeah.
If the nigga hit him back, he getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. If he's defending you to that nature with that type of a smack, he's getting beat up right after.
It should-
So you gonna talk shit to your man if he delivers that type of smack? What kind of slap you want in retaliation? If
Listen,
you
here's what I want. If you gonna get up and you gonna have us risk it all, right?
Yeah.
Because to me,
Of course.
okay?
like I'm like, oh shit, you fucking it up. You know what I mean? We got
Fucking
shit to
everything
pay.
up.
We got shit to pay. It's kind of like you said, if you gonna go all out, nigga, you might as well just go ahead and do
Gotta
your thing.
go. Gotta
You might
go
as
all out with it.
if you're gonna go, don't half step. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
might go all out.
Yeah.
If you're gonna smack him, if you're gonna hit him, because I just don't like when people say like the smack was just no, he didn't. We hood. A nigga gotta fall. A nigga gotta stumble. A nigga
Yeah.
gotta fall for you to be like, oh shit, he got power behind that. You know what I mean? Like if he would have hit you again, your motherfucking ass would have been out.
Yeah.
That was kind of like you risked it for that.
Yeah.
It
For
should have
that
been.
smack.
It should have been a backhand.
You know,
Everybody
or
know
at
that's
least
the most
backhand.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
The backhand is the most disrespectful
The
smack.
backhand.
The
is
backhand would have been more
disrespectful.
impressive.
Yeah.
It definitely been more
The
impressive.
backhand now.
Because
with
it come
that
from
form.
it's come from down low. It comes from down low. First of
Yeah.
all, it's like, nigga, what you doing with your hand down there?
Why?
And then you looking, right? You looking like, why your hand down there? And then you see it coming,
You
right?
see it coming.
And you like, oh shit, mid swing. You try to dodge it, but that nigga catch you.
Yeah.
Your whole mouth is up in there.
See, it could have went wrong if he tried the backhand. You got to practice the backhand.
That's true. He
Like, you
wasn't
can't just pop up at the Oscars and backhand a motherfucker.
But he's an actor.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
you
an
right.
actor. He
Yeah.
done act a few people.
He ain't
Yeah,
no back.
you right. But I don't know if he's been in that role.
That
You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea.
You see the triceps, the backhand,
Okay.
hitting you here, bro.
Do it with it.
Look,
Do it
I
with
see
it.
something
Show it.
popping out.
Show it.
Look.
Show it right now.
Oh, god damn, this nigga.
You see that
that was
the
up.
elbow.
I see how you went upwards with it,
elbow.
too.
He did.
Bam.
Okay.
It's a follow through.
It is.
You at the look
It
after you
is.
get smacked like that, it's like
like,
whole neck.
It's
Whole
up.
neck.
It's going up.
Yeah. Okay.
And matter of fact, if you smack him hard enough, the nigga would twist around like you want him to.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, if he's spinning in a circle, you did that.
You did that.
You know what I mean?
I want his body like a Frito twist. You
Bitch,
know what I
where's
mean?
my
I want that
money?
motherfucking I want that motherfucking twisted all around.
It was a gentleman smack.
So,
That
okay.
motherfucker's limbs like shit. The motherfucker's
So on a scale of 1 to 10, y'all don't think? Okay, so he didn't twist. He didn't really.
Do nothing.
He didn't go to. He didn't go to the ground.
I don't want to be smacked. I want to get that out there now. I don't
Yeah,
want
let
to
me
be
put that
smacked.
out there. No.
I'm not saying niggas should be smacking niggas. I'm saying if we judging the smack.
If
you
we're
know.
judging the we're
On a scale of 1 to 10, before we even give our opinions on the smack,
Yep.
should the smack have even been delivered, what would you have done after the smack? How good was the smack?
The
Now
smack,
factor in form.
I'm not impressed.
Factor in form, circumstances.
I feel like
I'm saying the form was so good. The walk up was great, cause and
was.
even the walk off,
was.
cause you like damn.
The
that shit
walk-off was dope.
smooth.
I ain't
You
gonna
like
lie.
That shit smooth.
Tell
Because
the
the nigga
truth.
made sure
Tell
he
the
was
truth.
still like in Oscar form, like he straightened his jacket up.
He
tell the
was.
truth. Like, of course, we heard about smack, then we watched the video.
Mm-hmm.
But you seen Will Smith walking up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you think a smack was coming? Like, if
No.
if you was in that room, would you have felt like a smack was coming? I felt like he was gonna say something.
I
say
felt like
his
he was
piece
gonna
or
say something to him, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, dog, like, come." But
I thought he was gonna be funny. I thought like if my mind said, I know I heard about smack first, but my mind said when people walk on stage, they usually joke back and shit.
yeah.
But I didn't think a smack was
So
coming.
you mean he could have took the mic and said something or whatever, or diverted it, or because
Yeah.
he is funny too. Will's
Yeah,
funny too.
yeah, he could have wrapped him around his head and been like, "Nigga,
Yeah.
you losing your hair too? Why you talking?"
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Could have been a
crack
little
back on
jokey
him.
joke because it was in front of mostly white people, and white people laugh at anything. He could have said a funny little joke and kept it pushing. Like, now, okay,
Yeah.
don't let Jada come up here and whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
sat
like,
back
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Sat back down. But
Yeah,
nah,
that's
I
true.
didn't see
That's-
like if I was in
that's
the room,
good.
I wouldn't have seen the smack coming.
Yeah, I was about to say, I already knew he smacked him before I
Yeah.
saw the video because people was posting about it.
Yeah.
So, like, if I was just watching it, which, like, I wasn't watching the Oscars. I was doing something.
I wouldn't.
You know what I mean? And then I tuned into the video. But if I was watching it, I wouldn't think he was going to slap him. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that.
who the fuck thinks something like that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he even knew.
it'll be hard for you to think about something like that when nothing like that has ever happened.
Yeah.
Like now, for years and years now, if you see a motherfucker on the stage, you thinking, you know it's a possibility now.
Yeah.
We'll open up the doors for slapping motherfuckers.
He didn't even know he was gonna smack him. Look how he walked up there. That was one of those instances where it's kind of like you could tell mentally something was going on here, right?
Yeah,
Something. You know how you get ready to do something. I don't know if y'all have ever been ready to fight somebody, right? And you've been like, shit, I don't know which one I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
first, right?
yeah.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna hit this person, like, but once we into it, cool, we there, right?
Right, it's
Yeah.
already done.
But the come up is like shit. This shit's spontaneous. Right?
To me, in that moment, had I been there, like if I had got pissed off enough at an Oscar event or something like that to actually walk on the stage, it would have like his body language would have determined what I did.
Yeah.
Because, man, that was a long walk.
That's what I thought.
Like you got time to
That
think
nigga was
about
like
what the
this.
fuck you about to do.
That nigga walks up some stairs.
Yeah, so when you get to a person, I can see if he like, you know what I mean, giving you that look or like a little extra motivation. Like this nigga was leaning in, smiling, like you know when somebody walking up to you
But
at a
he-
party
but he
and you
did
know they
the-
about to speak or something.
He did the stupid
So
smile,
he
though.
knew, yeah, but that's Chris Rock's smile. That's the classic.
But that was made him mad too. That boy did that.
That's what would have made it worse. You know what would have made it worse? Like for me, okay, somebody slapping you, okay, like catch you off guard. He leaned in as if he knew this dude was about to talk to him, and he had a smile on his face. That magnified the slap.
That was my thing.
On the receiving end,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
He looked at him like,
If
I
you
know
out
you
here
wanna say
receiving
something.
slaps, yeah,
Yeah.
he gave him a friendly, like it wasn't no, you know what I mean? He got tense or she was ready. He leaned in like, okay, he about to talk to me, and he slapped him.
Yeah.
The only thing worse than that, It's like if a nigga slap your glasses off or something. That's the only thing that magnifies that. Then you gotta kill a motherfucker. You know what I mean? If a nigga slap your glasses off, don't put up no apologies. I don't want to hear shit from your wife. I'm coming at you with everything I got.
Here's the problem with that. The problem with that is the reason why I find it. There's a couple of things that I find.
That's the most disrespectful slap. The glasses off. Okay, go ahead.
And why you smacking a man with glasses?
Right.
Tell him to take it off. At least be fair. But no. The bad part about it is I feel like it was a sneak and people like, but he seen him coming. However, he was joking. He was blindsided. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he was joking with him. He was joking, and you're laughing. You're laughing. Now, at one point in the time, you did not look up him and like, all right, like chill out, or give him that vibe like you going too far to let him know. Maybe you need to change this shit. And if he kept going, then it's like, hey, he kind of told you, chill the fuck out. You can say that. But you're laughing this whole time at these jokes that he's making. Yeah. So he thinks that this shit is cool. Even though you look at it. Now, if Jada would have got up and popped him, I would have been like, well, she was looking at you like, nigga, she don't approve.
Yeah.
But you're laughing at this man and his jokes. And then since it's going too far, then you like, okay, well, let me get up. And he don't know that you mad because you was just fucking laughing. You was just
exactly.
Laughing. So
everybody noticed this big ass fucking outburst of laughter from this nigga. You can't fucking fight that part of it. You know what I mean? That's why people say, okay, well, that was the Hollywood. You see, you know what I've learned about the internet? The internet fucking know every fucking thing. Yeah. They sat there and told you what that was. He wasn't just laughing. That was the Hollywood smile before he did. Like, no, motherfucker. He thought that shit was genuinely funny. If you look at him in his body language, he was loose. He wasn't tense.
Yeah.
The camera went off of him. They didn't actually show this nigga's head turn and look at Jada, but something happened. It was a look. Yeah. It was like, I want to see that footage pop up.
She gave a look like a little like
she never moved, bro. Like she stood still the whole time. Like when he walked, I mean, like after the joke, she stood still. He went up on stage, smacked him. She stood still. He came down. She was still. So it had to be something what happened off camera where it was like,
I think he may have seen her body language. He
had to get some kind of signal.
I think he may have seen, like, it's kind of like, okay, you've been with somebody for years. Yeah. You know when they not feeling something. We may not know because we ain't been with them. Mm-hmm. But you know when your significant other is kind of like, I'm not.
This is what happened. This is what happened because if you ever been in a long-term relationship, you have these stupid fucking conversations. Okay. This is what she said. She said, won't you man up? You never manned up for me.
Damn.
I want you. Why didn't you? You got all these people talking about me. I just want you to one time smack a motherfucker for me. Can you do that for me? Can you smack a motherfucker for me? And we're like, I ain't got no problem smacking nobody. The next person that gonna say some shit about you, I'm smacking them on sight.
Okay.
It happened to be Chris Rock.
Just happened to be Chris Rock.
This
is what happened.
I think there's a part 2 to that. I don't think that's what it was.
Look. This is what ended up happening. He said the joke, right? And then he was laughing. He was like, oh, that's a good one. Okay. And then he looked over and she was like, what was I talking about in that goddamn house? See, this is what she said. See, this is the shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This nigga's like, fuck.
Happened to be at the Oscars.
Gotta go smack this nigga.
You know what?
To prove his love, bro. He had to smack Chris Rock.
To prove his manhood, too.
Prove his manhood.
You know what? I think that's part of it, but I also think this. I don't know if y'all have ever, long-term relationships, friendships, whatever. I don't know if y'all have ever been in a session, like a roasted session, where people going back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. And somebody clowning somebody you know. And the shit is funny. Yeah. This shit is funny. You like, this is my homie. I love him. Like, or this is my significant other. I love him. But that shit is funny, right?
Right.
So then you get to look. But they're superstars, so they know how this is going to go. What's going to happen is, did you see the look on Jada's face? This is what's gonna be on the blogs. The look on Jada's face was disgust, and she was hurt by what Chris said. Mm-hmm. And her husband is sitting here laughing at it, right?
Yeah.
Like he just does insensitive. You got to think. Will Smith has this love everybody, and especially women. Women should be protected, right?
Yeah.
So if the blogs are going to come out and you looking like you're not defending your woman, period, you know, you laughing while she's sitting up there in pain and she hurting, you get this look of like, chauvinistic. You get the look of everything that you've been talking about is not fucking true. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Now
was she looking hurt though? Like I didn't see that.
Like they show clips of her when she was kind of like disgusted at what you could tell that.
Yeah, I saw the reaction. It didn't look like a hurt reaction. It was just like a.
You could definitely tell that she was kind of like she was holding back, like how she felt about the situation. And I'm thinking that he's like, fuck. So now, shit. Of course, I'm gonna go defend my woman. And my problem is the fact of the matter is, I'm not saying don't say nothing to him. Let's get into that. What should have happened? If that was you,
let's take it from the top,
your
though.
will.
Yeah, let's take it from the top.
Let's take it from the top,
your
though.
will.
The very first joke, the G.I. Jane joke, was it tasteless? Did it warrant a slap? Like, how bad was it? If you were Jada, let's put ourselves in their shoes. Like, that's what started it. The G.I. Jane joke. The G.I. Jane 2. Can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2. She's bald. Like, at the award show, she shaved her head, or I don't know what happened. Like, don't fry me. I don't know what the woman did before she popped out. I'm just saying, like, she was sitting there and her head was shaved.
Yeah. I can't tell people how to feel, right? I can't tell her how to feel about her not having hair.
Yeah.
I can't tell her that, right? But it's a lot of bald-headed women in the world that suffers from some type of hair loss, either from a bad fucking perm or they just ain't never had no fucking hair, or they done bleached their hair too many fucking times, or alopecia. It's a range, or cancer. It's a range of things where people are losing their hair, right?
Especially black people, men and women.
Yeah.
Both,
But it's a range of other diseases and shit that, you know, like a nigga can have a fucked up eye, right? Their eye's a wandering eye. That don't make this nigga off limits. Like,
hell no, I don't think so.
It's a joke. Like, it's a joke. Like, they talk about Mike fucking Tyson in front of his face. They'll talk about you. You know what I mean? If they motherfuckers ain't scared to get hit by Mike.
Exactly.
Like, why would I be scared?
Mike's still alive. Niggas were making jokes about Mike when he was Mike.
Well, I'm talking about
has Mike ever fought somebody for?
I don't think Mike knocked a motherfucker out over that shit.
We gotta look into that.
I don't think he ever knocked nobody out over that shit.
Mike had rape charges, and people were in his face talking about Mike fucking these bitches in this hotel room.
Yeah.
Like these are shit that when you go to an Oscars award, like any award show, like especially these big time award shows, it's crazy how you can see a person on stage and they talk about everybody on stage and that shit get like brutal. I mean, like Britney Spears brutal. Like they are talking about you and it's your personal situations on this stage, which you can hear sometimes people say, and you like, this nigga is wilding, right?
Yeah.
But this is the Oscars, right? So of course they're gonna throw little jabs at people across the room.
Yeah.
I didn't think the hair joke was that intense more than any other shit that I've seen before. Like it wasn't that intense. It was really, he didn't say it's a couple of bald headed bitches in here. He just said G.I. Jane too. That's fucking you. Like, bitch, you in here? Like he could have said the same joke to old girl Tiffany Haddish. She bald headed too.
Exactly.
He could have said the same joke to Tiffany Haddish. Nobody would have fucking cared.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
but the reason why is, in my opinion, is because the internet don't have nothing attached to it. Because had he done it and got slapped behind it, then they'd have threw everything, but there's nothing there. She shaved her head, I guess, because she wanted to. With this, people were using the fact that, and I still don't know. I don't follow Jada on any social media sites. So I had no idea she had alopecia. So now the argument is, okay, well, he made the retards just kept, well, he made it. He chose that he did the, you don't know that for a fact. We can't even have a fucking civil conversation with that because you need those facts. Now, if he maliciously said that shit, no one teasing her on some alopecia shit, which I don't. Yeah. I don't think so because Jada Pinkett has been bald for like 30 fucking years.
That's what I said.
How the fuck? I can see if this woman had dreadlocks and shit all the time or just some weird shit. Jada Pinkett has been bald. Like they would call you Jada if you cut your hair back in the day. So now all of a sudden that's off limits?
She's in
that's
movies.
Weird to me.
She's in movies bald as fuck.
Exactly.
So here's the thing though. So let's look at it in a different way. Okay, let's see if we can look at it a different way. Because we said we were, in order, if we put ourselves in her position, right?
I can't tell her how to feel.
So if we are us, right, and we just out or whatever, just chilling, and there is somebody who is a comedian just roasting the shit out of your woman, right? Just like, won't let up, like whatever, just won't let up about your woman,
right?
Okay.
Are you two? What? How would you handle it? And you could tell that your woman is kind of like, okay, this shit was like funny a second ago, and this shit's not funny anymore.
We'll probably just remove ourselves in them big situations like that, because there's nothing I really can do about it without it being a problem, like a bigger issue. Yeah. Like either we remove ourselves and handle that shit behind the scenes. Like,
yeah, I need to know exactly what you would do. Not what would you do? Like, so you would leave?
I would. I mean, like, I'm guessing depending on what situation we had a comedy show and she feel uncomfortable at the comedy show, then we're just fucking leaving.
Okay.
But if we at if I'm receiving an award or something like that, I would basically have to. We'll probably leave, but we'll probably be outside waiting on my award to show up or something like that.
So you would remove her from the situation.
Yeah, why would she got to go through that torture? And then I get up and slap somebody, and now we both going through some fucking torture for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
like just remove yourself.
What would you have done? They sitting up in the same situation.
Probably would have said something first. You know what I mean? Like chill.
I was about to say worst case scenario. I start talking shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that. Like, no, I don't think until about a week ago, I didn't think people actually did shit like that.
Yeah.
Except, I mean, unless they were just some crazy motherfuckers. Like, that type of shit, no matter how gangster you are, you got to use your brain.
Yeah.
Because the average person going to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't do it a lot. But this motherfucker just think, okay, because I'm Will Smith, I can walk up here and slap people. Like, I would have just, what I would have did, if I didn't say anything, I probably got just kicked out. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you really giving it to her, crowd laughing and hilarious, then you got to get yourself kicked out. You can't just walk out. Like, there's nothing better than getting yourself kicked out. You can't walk out that motherfucker.
That's the
or
only
jump up real fast so people grab you, act like you about to go up there. Man, let me at this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Get off
I know how to play the role. I'm not going to go put my hands on somebody up there on the stage, but especially the Oscars. You got to think about that. And then the position they in, that ain't going to look good. This your night.
Yeah. This was your night, bro.
But you use the word like really, like you set the scene to where like a motherfucker really giving it to somebody.
Yeah, that was
He
not
made
it.
one fucking joke.
Yeah.
Jada ain't above nobody else out here. Will ain't either. These motherfuckers, we love them. We grew up watching their movies. But they ain't shit. You ain't nobody that can't nobody talk about you. Are you that full of yourself to where you think can't nobody talk about you? And it was
one.
In my opinion, I think it was about way more than that joke.
It had to be.
Yeah.
That was Will unleashing what the fuck he been through the last 3-4 years
and that's not fair.
Yeah, we need to have some conversations right now. We need to talk.
I feel like this as a woman, if I was in that position, first of all, I would not want my dude to put himself in a situation of like, first of all, us losing what we have. Like, you know, because we talk about whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck what people say, whatever. When you start making money, yes, you have to give a fuck about what people say. They keep you rich. So it is what it is. So I wouldn't want him to mess that up for himself. However, would I have wanted him to say something to him like later? Not even aggressively. Just like, hey, dog, you know, you did this 2016. We doing this now. Like, let's kind of chill. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, yes, say something. That is fine. You can say something without having to. I don't feel like just because you went up and smacked them, like that's protecting your, you know. Women who know they men can fight. And I'm going to say this. I don't care because I've seen a lot of women like, my man, and you ain't never seen your nigga fight a day in your life. And I'm not talking about argue with you, girl. I'm talking about like fight.
Am I talking about whooping your ass?
Like a real dude. A lot of, if a woman knows like my man to beat your ass. And even if you beat his ass, he gonna last for a minute. You know what I mean? Like he are not worried about you got to go over there every time and put your hands on somebody every time somebody's disrespectful or every time it's somebody like this, you know? Like there's a different way of handling things. When you have money, especially when you have money, like you said, you got more to lose. There's different ways that you can handle this. Chris Rock is a comedian. Now, I do believe when people say comedians didn't think that they could just say whatever the fuck they want to, do whatever the fuck they want to without repercussions or somebody saying something to them. If somebody holler at you after the show, get hollered at after the show. You know what I mean? But I'm saying he did not have to. It was very distasteful to get up there and do that because there was a lot of amazing things for black people that happened at the Oscars this year.
So that joke was distasteful, in your opinion?
No, what I'm saying is if she felt it was distasteful, if the joke...
Oh, you talking about from Jada's point of view.
Yeah, if a joke is about me, whether somebody else think it is or not, I'm going to feel whatever way I feel. The shit's about me. You may not feel that way, and that's great. But I'm going to feel that way because the shit is about me. So if I tell my man, like, hey, I didn't like that, or he's like, yeah, I kind of saw how you was reacting to that, I'll holler at him afterwards. Cool. You know what I mean? Let's
smash that nigga baby later.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be like, look at you looking good. I know what you mean. You about to handle business afterwards, ain't you? Like, it wouldn't be to me to where I feel like you got to get on national TV and smack a person. You know what I mean? But it was very distasteful because it took away from a lot of fucking amazing things that happened for black people, for things that they've done. A lot. I don't watch award shows as they air, but I do go back and watch them. I like going back and watching them after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So to do that, and so many black people have won that haven't won, that produced the Oscars, that helped host it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all fucked that up. Fucked that completely up. Took away from everything. And now you got even white people like, this is why we don't do this shit. You know what I mean? This is exactly why.
Yeah.
And we can say whatever we want to. We are always like that. When we see black people stealing in the store, you be like, shit, you making us look bad.
Yeah.
Niggas making us look bad. Put that shit back. Niggas,
Yeah.
how much you I'll pay for your turkey. Just put the shit back. You know what I
Like,
mean?
come on, man.
Really?
A turkey?
Nigga, $6.
Nigga, it's April. What the fuck you doing with a turkey? Man, put it in my car.
Shit.
Right.
Like, no, for real, makes you look
Doing a
bad.
turkey.
And that's exactly what happened, because no matter how much amount of money you have, you are still black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we get this stigma like, this is what y'all do. This is what y'all do. He could have protected her in other ways.
So many different ways.
In many ways. So for me, when a lot of women are saying, shit, that's what my nigga should do. You don't care about your man losing everything. Or obviously he has nothing to lose, so your nigga can do that, and that's great if he can do that. But if my dude is in a position to where we are moving forward, we are gaining power, we are gaining money, I'm not about to have you go up there and smack somebody. Do that shit afterwards.
Like we still in the hood. Like, this is not the hood, bro. Like, you was on the Oscars. It looks bad for the culture.
Yeah.
No matter how it reflects your life, it looks bad on the culture to see another black man go up there and smack another black man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, even if the joke was defensive, right, or offensive, like, even if that joke was wrong and you felt some type of way about it, that's their prerogative, right?
Yeah.
You could have handled that shit in a whole different light, right? But then when you take that shit a step further, the joke is not the problem no more.
Yeah.
Now it becomes, you done smacked another black man, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, another black man on stage and took his masculinity from him, like, right there on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to forget about Chris Rock being smacked.
Ever.
And if Chris Rock was in a situation where he had to talk his shit, people always going to bring up that time when you let Will Smith smack you in the face on the stage.
Exactly.
Like, it ain't, and I mean, like, we all been in school where we seen somebody get beat up, and then we talked about this nigga for getting beat up. Mm-hmm. Like, we like, nigga, you can't say shit to us. I'm gonna have Ron come over there and whoop your ass again.
That is always
like,
and now for the world to see this shit,
bro, for the world to see
bro,
this shit.
Man.
But I feel like another black man put another black man in his position. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there was more.
Here we go.
That was,
let's get juicy.
That was more going on with Will than just that, right?
Yeah.
So for years, like, we all have had shared memes.
Yeah.
We've shared jokes.
Right.
We've shared a lot of shit. Will Smith crying.
Yep.
Will Smith, like, just emasculating him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a bitch. He's this. He's
that was the word I was going to use later.
And I don't care what nobody say. We've all made jokes about this man on the internet.
But you know what?
Everywhere.
You know what? I didn't make jokes about Will. I made jokes about Jada because I felt like Will was innocent in all this other shit. I didn't really make jokes about him.
But at the same time, even making a joke about Jada, Will is still there, though. Will is still there.
That nigga still left.
But this is what I'm saying.
This is the results of niggas not leaving.
So this is what I'm saying though, and he ain't gonna leave. This is the result of them putting their business out there for the world to see.
Talk that shit.
For the world to hear.
That is number one.
You cannot give people a platform to talk about you. You cannot, if you gonna give me ammunition to talk about you, you say so. I'm using that shit. Like, oh, for real? What else happened to you? Okay.
See, that brings me to the first joke before we forget that part. People wanted to throw up, okay, you talked about it in 2016. Now, let me set the scene, because I remember when he said it. It was big news then.
Oh, okay.
And the shit wasn't fucking disrespectful. I think it was another, like, every damn year we talking about not enough black nominees. These movies are getting snubbed. And it was just basically like a lot of people were boycotting the Oscars.
Yeah.
I don't even think Will had a movie out. When the last time Will had a blockbuster movie, King Richard just came, but I don't know what was like within the last 5 years. I could be wrong if y'all know it. But like Jada ain't in a big movie, so she came out. She made it public and it went viral. I'm boycotting the Oscars.
Yeah.
As a comedian, I get the fucking joke. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
And again, y'all not above people joking about y'all.
What
Who
was
the fuck?
joke?
The joke was
basically
Jada Pinkett said she's boycotting the Oscars because of whatever circumstances was going on at that time of that Oscar show. And he just basically made the joke like, he said, he had a Rihanna joke that he tied in with it. He was like, God damn it.
He basically,
it was funny though.
He said Jada Pinkett ain't really good. She's not a great, like, as far as an actress. Like, you're not in really anything. You're like, you do TV shows and
so
shit
like,
like
who cares
that, right?
about her opinion?
Right.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith had Wild
can't
Wild
remember how we
West,
tied it in.
and we not about to watch that, or who cares about that, right?
But you a comedian.
And
You
it was
don't
in the
take that.
headline.
That's why I'm like, that was funny. It was funny. It was very funny. I'm just saying, I'm not in that position to say how it felt. I think that he had more going on, and that was just a breaking point of, I'm not just Chris, just everything. That was a breaking point of him.
Let me ask you this. I'm just gonna ask you this.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you this. Okay.
Here we go.
If August Alsina's name was never dropped in our world with Will Smith and Jada,
we would not know entanglement.
With the entanglement,
A word at all.
would this been a smack? Would we even think about this being a smack? Because it wasn't the joke, right? Because we don't all think it was the joke. We all think it was more behind it. But did this all start with the August Alsina entanglement situation?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
it started there. And I'm gonna say this because during Red Table Talk,
Mm-hmm.
Jada and Will have talked about their relationship in ways that we are like even being satisfied in the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people making jokes about that. Like,
Yeah.
shit, you let your woman. I've seen more men say, like, damn, like, I'm not trying to control my woman, but shit, you saying a lot of things that you okay with her saying, because if you listen to Will, he support Red Table. You got support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you supporting what she said every show.
Yeah.
Every show. So you're being made. I think it's a pile of things. I think it started off with that.
Okay.
You're being made fun of, right? Because before Red Table Talk, we looking at Will Smith like, damn, he's a respected actor.
Yeah.
He got this family. The kid's kind of weird to us, but do your thing. Who knows
Yeah.
when do we got some money? So but then little stuff comes out, and it's like, nigga, you can't control your household. Like, your woman's unhappy. Your woman do it, and then dun dun dun. Like,
that was icing on the cake.
Yeah, the icing on the cake is like, oh, and this shit happened.
Now we had a name and a face.
Yeah, because way more stuff happened. And even them saying they had an open relationship. This is what I don't get, though. Even them talking about they having an open relationship. And Will briefly talking about him being with the woman who was on that one movie that he did. Right? Yeah. And no one's really talking about that, though. We really didn't talk about that, though.
Right.
This is my thing. We really didn't say shit about that, though. We were like, oh, he's a man. He's a man. He's going to do things. But then it was like, but Jada's doing this. What I do not like about Jada is no one's asking you, and you're telling people a lot of shit that nobody's asking you. Mm-hmm. And then you're throwing rocks and hiding your hand. You're playing a victim because these people are talking about me, but you're giving them ammunition to talk about you. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck. You're not innocent. You allowed this to happen because you support what she's doing. So if you support what she's doing, then you're all for it. Why are you crying? Mm-hmm. You support it. If that's the case, like, hey, Red Table Talk gonna be one season and this shit is it because I'm done with it. Like, this shit is too much. We tried it. Great. Do a blue table and get somebody else to do some shit. You know what I mean? Table. At one point in time, you can say what the fuck you want. You're not innocent. You can say, we talking too much about our business. Let's kind of close this shit up. This is what happens when you let people in, and the internet is fucking undefeated.
All right, hold on. Ron, do you think this started?
I was about to say, repeat the question, please,
do you
brother.
think this started with August Alsina? Bianca is saying, Bianca know more history than I do. I didn't know.
Yeah, she knew a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know the timetable.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the timetable was actually them sitting at the red table, or she saying something at the red table about how they sex life wasn't so
all
good.
All the time. Like, they be talking about this shit if you listen to it, they talk about shit
never
like that all
listened to
the
the
time.
red table.
So,
yeah, I never listened to the red table, but I will say this. I don't think that was the start of it, no.
Okay.
I think Will and Jada's relationship been looking toxic for a long time. But lately, it's just been overkill. The last 2 or 3 years, like, the things that has come out about Will, and, like, they weren't leaked. They came from inside his household. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, telling people about his sex life, what goes on in the bedroom. I think it was, and with the entanglement situation, like, people, like, I've never personally ever heard Jada and Will say we have an open relationship.
I never heard it either.
Let me make that clear.
Niggas
I've never heard
cheated.
it verbally.
Yeah.
I've never seen a solid clip of anything, like, from a verified source. I've never heard it.
Right.
But when I seen those clips of Will crying during the August fucking situations, that let me know, like, It couldn't have been like open relationship. She's fucking just getting over on Will's ass. Like Will, I think from the outside looking in, this is my perspective on Will. I think Will has been a good dude for a long time. I can't say Will is perfect, but I think the woman, she might not be toxic alone, but I think them together are toxic. I don't know if it was Will's status or where they were. I don't know what the fuck went wrong, but I could say this. I don't think it started with the August Alsina thing. I think for a long time it's kind of looked like Jada's been in the driver's seat in that relationship, no matter what. But I never really see her uplifting Will. Like, it's never no viral shit about her out here because, nigga, at one point you was with the biggest movie star in the world. You're still one of the biggest faces in the world. I've never really heard no genuine shit, like talk about the love. You might see it on a documentary or something, but it ain't the shit that she puts out there that goes viral or on the red table talk. I don't think.
See,
because I see too much negativity about it.
See, there has been, and this is the thing about certain situations too. So the internet sways how we think it just does. So let's say if I didn't watch certain things, right, I wouldn't know that when she go on talk shows, how she talk about Will, right, and how she says she was in a bad situation when she was younger and Will came along, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she has said positive things. But the thing is, it's kind of like just like black people with us. We do positive shit all the time, but you're going to see that negative shit all the time.
That's true.
You're going to see that all the time. You ain't going to see the great shit that we doing. You're not going to see because that don't sell. What sells is the negative shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can say from what I've seen, throughout the years, she has done that. She has talked about Will in amazing ways. Him changing her life and all kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, however they have their relationship is how they have their relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
The issue is when you start telling people. Like, who cares if niggas cheat all the time, women cheat all the time, right? And people still stick together and work it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's your business. That's your business. And I'm not trying to say you got to make your relationship seem perfect. Like, no one does anything. Like, right? You can still talk about the hardships of your relationship, but when nobody's asking you and you keep beating into people's head, they gonna take that shit.
Yeah.
I also feel like us on the internet, we do get kind of slow because we be acting like when we find out something, like that's the first time that they found that shit out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We act like we didn't know and he didn't know either. You don't know what these people knew. You don't know that they done had this conversation. They could have been ready to split. And they had the conversation and went to counseling or worked that shit out. Something that's still gonna hurt you. I got people that passed years ago. That shit still hurt if you bring it up. You know what I mean? I'm not like, yeah, shit's great. Like, the shit still hurts. It still hurts anytime you go through something hurtful, even if you get over it. So I'm pretty sure Jada and Will had that conversation, right? Before the red table talk. We didn't get the fucking inside scoop. Like, we was sitting in their house and then she just said, hey, I fuck August. You know what I mean? Like, no, they had that conversation. So the problem is that all this stuff is coming out. Everybody's talking about you bad. Like, now you getting this, you a punk, you a this, you a that.
So
but the
thing was, though, when we bring up that August situation, we got to remember that she didn't bring that shit out like, okay, I'm going to make a confession. The shit got leaked. Everybody was finding out, so she was doing damage control and sitting there making Will look like a goddamn fool on TV.
But what I'm saying is this. It got leaked because he said it. That does not mean that Will did not know. August even said Will knew.
We're not saying he didn't.
No, I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying.
But when it comes into the world, it's a whole different situation.
What I'm saying is
the way Will cried on that show, I don't think he knew. You ain't gonna cry about some shit you comfortable with.
What I'm saying is, I think, I feel like this too. For a woman, and I don't know, y'all men, you can tell me, you can,
Okay.
For a woman, when you find out that your man cheated, right? It's the worst. I don't give a fuck what females say. Like, a woman can handle more. No, she can't. That's why she fussing at them fucking kids and taking her anger out on them kids instead of you. She's taking that shit out on somebody. A woman cannot handle more than what a man can handle. It's just that they handle it in different ways. That's the only difference. When a woman find out your man cheated, it's like, fuck. Fuck. And then you got to go into the blame game. These bitches out here, and then you got to go into all that, right? But a man finding out that your woman is cheating on you or your woman is fucking somebody else, it's not as it's like, I know women be cheating, but it's not as out there as like, shit, niggas that had babies in whole different families. You know what I mean? That's to be known.
Yeah.
A man may cheat. More than likely a man's gonna cheat once or twice or something like that. But a woman doing shit like that, a woman being the man in that situation is like, No, right? No.
Yeah.
But then you don't know what type of relationship that they have. We talked about this last time when you said alpha male or who is the who, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's relationship is different. And that situation could be where Jada is the one who's this, who's that, and no one knows. Jada could be making good financial decisions. Like, he ain't listening to nobody else. He could be like, shit, well, I fucked this shit off. But the reason why the shit is the way it is because this person. We don't know that. We not in that relationship.
Yeah.
Do I feel like, yes, they put too much of their business out there? Yes. Do I feel like the internet is going to take whatever negative, make fun of that shit? Like, I do feel like he smacked Chris Rock because that's the person that he could get to. Let me ask you this, though. Would you have apologized at all? I kind of feel like making a statement and apologizing to somebody is if you feel like
this nigga made an internet statement.
I feel like
Chris
that's
Rock said he didn't hear. Chris Rock said he ain't even heard or talked to Will Smith and when he apologized. Like, that should have been immediate. It should have been.
I think that was such a bitch move by doing that. I think that was a bitch move.
Let me text. Let me call. Let me probably show up to your house
because that's damage control. Yeah. What you're doing image control. Yeah. Like, I want to apologize. No.
Matter of fact, who even wrote that fucking?
I'm about to say that wasn't him. That was his publicist or some shit. So that was a fake apology.
That shit came out too fucking fast.
The same way you reached out them hands to smack this man, you should have reached out on the phone call to let him know. See what I did there? You should have let him know, like, hey, like, we need to
reach
talk.
out and
like,
touch
we need
someone.
To talk. Whatever we did, like whatever I did, we need to have a conversation. Like, if you really feel sorry about what you did, then you would. Because for me, if I'm not sorry, I'm not apologizing. I am not apologizing. Now, when we blow up and you know, if you be like, hey, they talking about taking our sponsors away, I'll be like, God damn.
Yeah, then you gotta do what you gotta do.
What I mean? Then I'll be like, write a statement.
Grab these books off the shelf. Not the wheels.
I'll be like, write a statement. But I ain't writing that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I won't even know where to start. Like, if it's not genuine, my genuine statement would have been, I hit Chris up. We both talked about this shit.
Exactly.
I apologize to Chris personally. Like, not, I want to publicly apologize to Chris. Because, like you said, if I meant that shit, somebody going to have to write this shit because I'm not apologizing.
All right, well, let me ask y'all this question because this is where I'm with it. Because we don't talk about it from Chris's perspective.
Oh, good. Oh,
yeah.
Would you be ready to accept the apology from a motherfucker within 2 or 3 days? Because I know if a motherfucker slapped me and I choose not to do some shit, I don't want to talk to you till I'm ready to talk to you. And it might still be, like, whenever I'm ready to make a move or talk, or it might still be like a couple of years, I still got resentment. It might still fuck you up. So from his point of view, if Will Smith had reached out to y'all, if y'all were Chris Rock that night or within this past week, what do you say to that text or that call?
You know what? This is the thing about apologies, right? Even though you're not ready to accept them, for somebody to even reach out to let you know they apologize. Think about when you get into it with your woman, right? Y'all both be like, fuck each other. Fuck that. Fuck, I'm not apologizing. I'm not saying no fucking sorry. She didn't say sorry to me first, right? But then, even though the girl be like, I ain't fucking talking to him, I blocked him on every fucking thing, like I'm done, and blah, blah, blah. That nigga finds a way, right? To send that to the sister. He just sent it to the sister.
The sister ain't fucking with him, but the auntie like
somebody's fucking with him.
Like him.
I like it. You getting me cigarettes.
Whole little text message.
You got me a pack?
Well, bring me a pack of Cools. I'll get the message to her. Goddamn. All right, go ahead.
Just tell her I'm sorry. Just tell her she's not answering none of my calls. Just tell her I'm sorry.
I'm say, hey, come over here and get you a plate.
And what happened?
Come over here and get you a plate. I'm going to see if she come over here.
And what happened?
You over here.
You see her make a post on the timeline. You're like, oh shit, I'm unblocked.
Yeah.
I got to text her now. Then she probably gonna be like, yeah, whatever. But soon enough, all them blocks is coming off. You able to call her now. you able to really apologize. But you have to show it first. Yeah. You can't just sit around and not show it. You got to show that you're sorry.
You and I have had a conversation before, and we spoke about it, and I'm like, just because someone may not accept my apology but if I'm genuine, I'm going to apologize whether you accept it or not. Yeah. And
but that's kind of what I'm saying. If a motherfucker slap you, I'm gonna repeat the question because y'all being too nice.
No, I got it.
Y'all being too motherfucking nice. I got it. Genuine apology for slapping me, motherfuckers. I just told you.
I just said
is there such thing?
I just told you. I would not accept it that soon.
You wouldn't accept it, no?
I would not accept it
over time.
Because I'm.
How do you apologize for slapping a motherfucker? You might well just not even like, bro. I can see. Man, this ain't I pushed you like in the heat of the moment.
But but also
when you're trying to break up a fight, I turn around and like hit you, like something quick.
Everybody's reaction is
different. I apologize for walking all the way up there and slapping your ass.
Everybody's reaction is different. Let me ask you
I don't think you can apologize for that shit.
Let me ask you this. Everybody's reaction is different. Would you let a motherfucker walk up on you and smack you?
Come on now.
At the Oscars.
Nobody would let somebody smack
Chris
you.
Rock
he didn't know it was coming.
He did.
Chris Rock, but afterwards
he didn't let him.
Oh, you mean he didn't let him, but he didn't defend himself. That's two different things.
And that's letting somebody. If you say, well, shit, you let that motherfucker whoop your ass, you didn't even hit
nothing. Nah, if a nigga blocked him, then he didn't let him smack him.
Yeah.
But if he smacked him, if smack is already done.
Man, I think it was the scenario. You on stage at the Oscars. Obviously, you know this nigga well. You just made a joke. And it could be, like, you're not thinking the worst at the Oscars. I think, like, if it had been a different situation, different mood, I don't think he's going to let you get that close to him. And even Will, like, walked up there. It wasn't no indication. He'd walk up there like this. And then, like, you could tell by Chris's body language, he just thought he was in a joking mood because he leaned in towards him laughing like, okay, well, what nigga whisper in my ear. So he didn't let him do anything. I think he trusted him enough not to think he was gonna do no bullshit.
But let me ask you this, because I got to ask my question again. You're not Chris Rock. You. If you're on stage and you doing your thing, and somebody don't like what you say, whether you know him, you know Will, whatever, y'all cool, and he do the same shit to you, who you are as a person, and he does that same thing to you, what are you to do afterwards?
All right, I'm Chris. I just got slapped.
You're Chris. You just got smacked.
Okay, well, shit.
Well, you OG Ron.
Me right now, if something like that happens, we got the fight right there. I don't have Chris Rock's things to lose. I'm not at the Oscars. I'm not hosting the Oscars. I'm not this huge person. And even if I was, like, that's why you got to give. When I was younger, I might have looked at it different. Oh, Chris is on some old soft ass shit. You know what I mean? My mentality would have been different. But that man got different. Like, his circumstances is different than ours. You know what I mean? He got a tour. Like, I can't say what he was thinking, but I could definitely rationalize him not doing no stupid shit to fuck up, you know what I mean, what he got going on. But as far as me, personally, we're going to have to fight. I'm drop kicking you in your back, kicking your ass off that fucking stage.
Whatever. I'm a chokehold. Nigga. Say uncle, nigga.
That's some Hollywood shit.
Yeah,
if you slap me, I pray that you turn your back. I would prefer that you turn your back. That's an easier fight for me.
Right.
Yeah. I got a shit.
But with Chris's
turn
stuff,
your back.
But with Chris's stuff to lose, with Chris's amount of money, prestige, everything to lose, this is what you have.
I think he made the right decision. Though.
Okay.
I think if he would have fought back, the internet would have supported him. I think that's what would happen. I think the internet would have supported him.
Because they support the negativity, though.
Yeah, but because like you say, the internet sways everything.
Yeah.
Like if we say so, if the internet say so, that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, people have been arrested just from the fucking internet. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, nigga,
that ain't my cat.
Right? Niggas done did the whole type of shit and everything that happened, bro. But I think if Chris would have defended himself, I think two things. Shit would have went left worse for the outcome of that night.
Real quick.
I think that night would have been, like, now you got the hostess going to jail. Now you got Will going. He supposed to win the best actor. He going to jail.
Look at these niggas. Even with money, they act like
lock his award up, too. Put it in there with him.
Right. All this shit going down. The whole war show gone, right?
You don't deserve it.
But I think in the long run for Chris Rock, I think him defending himself, black people would have supported him. Everybody would have supported him defending himself from that shit. Because nobody want to see somebody just get fucking smacked and not retaliate. So,
yeah, that's why, you know what? Reading a lot of internet comments, when I ain't gonna lie, I've been reading some shit because it's interesting to see what people think and, like, what their mindsets are. Yeah. And it's like, everybody, like, all right, first of all, for the women who were, like,
mostly women.
Hey, my man ain't coming through for me like this. And I'm like, dude, do you? And they don't realize how stupid they sound because you got 90 other million motherfuckers that think just as stupid as you. Like, if you're in the mind frame to where the negativity, you with it all the motherfucking time, like, whether it's warranted or not, you need to reevaluate your fucking life because that shit wasn't that serious. No. Like, it was nowhere near that serious. And the internet hype up these goofballs that's trying to make everybody think, oh, yeah, the rah-rah shit is what. Yeah. That's because that's what you do, Laquita. Like, everybody ain't on that bullshit. Right. Like, man, when you're trying to live a professional life and you getting, like, when you making millions of dollars, you're a corporation. You got to think. You gotta use your fucking head. That's why a lot of people ain't got shit that's thinking like that.
People don't think until afterwards, right? Like, think about this. Your man go up there and smack him. Your man got a warrant. He go to jail.
Yeah.
Got his nigga in jail. Now you got to pay his fees, his lawyer fees, and you happy standing behind him like, this is my nigga. Like, no, man, you got to figure out a way to protect your nigga from from going off for you. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't worth that shit. Like, I'm going to still live. Nobody's going to bring this up, you know, on the internet or some shit. Yeah. That joke would have passed, bro. Yeah. That joke would have been nothing.
The joke should have passed. Now, all right, I got on the women. I'm going to get on the men. You see these punk-ass niggas making fucking posts 3-4 motherfucking days in a row, 6 fucking paragraphs long, what the fuck I would have did. So you niggas ain't no real niggas. Shut your bitch ass up. It's like that makes no sense for you to fucking put yourself in a position that you don't have to be in, first of all, over something that small. That shows where you are in the head. Yeah. I've been a hothead all my motherfucking life. The growth that I see when I think about this situation is amazing because it's like I wouldn't even – you Will Smith. You know what I mean? You're in a great position. This is another accomplished black man up there making a joke. Let them fight about that bullshit in the tabloids the next day. Over rather you should have done. The outcome that really happened, that shit look ghetto as fuck. Yep. It make him look like, I don't give a fuck about your emotional issues. The internet is so soft. Oh, it could have been this or it could have. I think Will had autism. Nobody give a fuck. You got to be responsible for your fucking actions out here, bro, or else a motherfucker will make you responsible for them and hold you personally, you know what I mean, accountable for them. That internet bullshit that people feed into, I think Will's a victim of that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And that just shows you could be at the highest fucking pinnacle.
And that shit still bothers you.
And the fucking reactions of nobodies will still influence you to do some stupid shit. Yeah. I don't get it. Like, that's a weird world to me.
Nobody in their right mind feels that the joke is what got him smacked. Everybody in their right mind knows, like you were saying, it's way more to this fucking story. And I wish they would sit down with Oprah and open this shit up. Because that's what
Which would be the only fucking interesting thing them motherfuckers have done in years. Come out and talk. Yeah, put y'all dirt out, let us hear it.
Yeah, like, put this shit all out for you to keep this shit off your chest. You know what I watched the other day? It's kind of like a transition, but I'm not really transitioning, right? I watched, y'all know, I think his name is Gerard Carmichael.
He's got a new special out, too.
The HBO special is deep as fuck. I don't even think it's even comedy. I think it's really him just talking about all these secrets that he has, and he's putting them all on the table. Yeah. Like, he talk about his family secrets. He talk about his name is not really Gerard. He's just been lying to people saying it is. It's his middle name, and it says it on. It says it on. That's what the album. I mean, that's what the thing is called. It's like his name is something else, but that's the title of the comedy show. Okay. But then he even comes out as gay. Like,
did he on the show, on the special?
On the special.
Damn.
On the special. Reason why I'm saying this transition is because
should have did a spoiler alert. This show dropping tomorrow.
Now I'm hiding. I'm coming out from hiding from myself. Now all the shit that bothers me in my head mentally, I'm putting it out there for myself. I'm relieving. It's kind of like I'm putting this on y'all now. Yeah, y'all can have it.
It's been heavy on me.
Yeah,
so
it's been heavy even on his family. Yeah. He's like I haven't told my fucking family. Like, I had to tell my mom that I was, gay. And that's kind of like hard to do for your mom and your family because you don't know how your family gonna react to you or whatnot. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying with Will and Jada. Like, it's probably time because obviously this shit is weighing on y'all. And the internet is speaking about this shit. And if it's this deep where you got to go on stage and smack a person, y'all need to sit down. Mm-hmm. I need to either sit down and because it's
they
not
need to get a fucking divorce.
It's really not sitting down talking to each other.
I think they need to shut the fuck up about that shit.
Look, I don't think it's talking to each other. They done talking to each other because obviously they talk. We just don't see it. But now, since you guys have brought this into our lives and you done put this you took this off the internet, now it's on live TV. Yeah. It's time for y'all to sit down and just voice y'all fucking opinions. Either shut the fuck up or empty them goddamn secrets.
It's just like the couple it's like the internet couple that you see. The motherfuckers fight all the time. Yeah. Then they get back together. Yeah. Then they fight. Then they get back together. It's just the broke version, right? It's kind of like you don't want to see it, but you kind of got to see it. And then you sucked into it. And then you like, I hate this shit. Yeah. But I'm keep getting sucked into this shit. So, I mean, I think they just need to shut up. I think they just need to sit down.
They can't shut up now.
But I think they need
it's
to.
too late to shut up. I think they need to divorce.
You definitely can. You definitely can't shut the fuck up.
Well, you're right about that. But
you
it's
know what I mean?
late.
It's kind of like the nigga that you got beat up or whatever. You are and got some money. You always gonna be like, I remember when you got beat up.
Yeah.
But your motherfucking car look nice. You know what I mean? You still doing a little something, whatever. So I think it's one of those situations. Just shut up and go away, and then not in a bad way, but just shut up and go away.
Go the fuck away. I think Will needs to go. Look, I think Will needs to
over time. A lot of people have shut the fuck up.
He just won an Oscar award. Nigga, we need more movies now.
A lot of people have shut the fuck up and gone away. But I will say this about people who's like, I would have did this, I would have did that, I would have did this, da-da-da-da. We all have, first of all, I know a lot of city fights that still haven't happened around here of people who had beef with people for years. Mm-hmm. And you've seen those people and never smacked them. So there you go. There's always been a boss that have probably talked shit to you or been disrespectful that you didn't smack. I mean, there's just a lot of smackage that should have went on that of people who haven't been smacked.
Bro, niggas done left hella slaps on the table. The slaps has always been left on the table. Now all of a sudden niggas want to act like they them dudes that they walk around slapping motherfuckers at the drop of a hat.
This is my thing. Slaps.
Stop it.
Slaps have been disposed of due to non-use for a long time. So let's not act like everybody just around here. If that's the case, it'll be 85 niggas getting smacked every day. Like, nigga,
exactly.
That would just happen. Like,
had we said shot, I could see the niggas around here talking. True. But niggas, you niggas are not slapping nobody.
You're right. So just hey, everyone, let's just do ourselves a favor. Let's just try to keep be happy in your relationship or be fake happy, whichever. But no one really needs to hear a lot about it. If a comedian is on stage, you definitely got to watch out because they waiting for you to try to walk up on stage to whoop your ass. So you got to figure out which one.
The comedy world crazy right now.
I've
seen like 6-7 videos of people talking about this, and I've
like
been
you come up on this motherfucking stage.
I seen one dude pull out a gun. I know they've been doing like reactions or whatever. The dude pull out a gun like, nigga, I wish you would.
Yeah,
I ain't Chris.
Did you see Tony Rock's response?
I was about to say Tony Rock came out. He said, nigga, I ain't got nothing to lose. I seen Lavelle shit. Lavelle Crawford got one that he talking shit.
Corey Holcomb got a reaction video.
Corey Holcomb just goes so fucking far, man.
Listen,
that nigga really have me feeling sorry for Jada. Like, nigga, hold on. That got me feeling sorry for her. Let me watch some more videos.
If Corey said it first, I would have. God, I said, if you want to smack anybody,
smack Corey ass.
Right. I need to go on that nigga's show and smack Corey.
Will Smith, I'm going to tell you right now, if there's any nigga out here I've seen that kind of sort of deserve a smack for the comments, it's definitely Corey Holcomb.
That nigga do not
definitely Corey Holcomb.
Corey, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to say whatever the fuck I want to.
Steve Harvey.
Corey Holcomb be walking, too. You could catch him. You ain't gonna catch Will walking.
Steve Harvey said his piece. So it's
I like DL's piece. I like what DL said.
I didn't get to watch
it was a very good response. He basically said, "This is what happens when you open your doors and in your business. You get mocked and you get made fun of, and it is not something that you can go and cry about. It is not something that because no one told you to do it, nobody asked you to do it. You and your wife made that choice yourself, and you putting your hands on somebody because you're upset or because you're mad. You have deeper issues, and that's basically what it is. It's not just about the joke what he said. It's that y'all have issues, and had you shut your mouth in the beginning and just
but you know what? That's why I never made fun of Will, right? I always was talking shit about Jada. No, I never made fun of Will is because you can see he's hurt.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, that red table talk, even though he supports it, I don't think he has a fucking choice but to support it.
I think you have a choice to, like Ron said, whether you say whatever you want to. I think you have a choice. If you
why is she your wife?
Why is she your wife if she's
That's
if she's
the
going,
toxic
if she's
part
going,
about it.
If you are totally
you don't
against
just divorce your woman over a red table talk.
It don't matter. If you are going against the grain,
you got to be married to understand the real table talk. Like right now. Ron and Tasha are together, right?
Yeah.
If Tasha doesn't like what Ron does with the show, that don't mean she gonna like just fucking break up with him. She may not just support the show.
I'm not saying
she may not come on the show.
I'm not saying
she may not wipe down these tables like she do.
This is what I would say. Married or not, this is what I even
fucking break up with him.
This is what I say. Married or not, even in our situation on having a business, this is what I would say.
Yeah.
If at any point in time, if my integrity, how I feel about something, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, even my job now. If anything is in question for me or it makes me fucking uncomfortable, I'm fucking gone. I do not care what anyone says, whatever, I'm gone. If it is going to mentally fuck me up like that, it is not for me. It is not for me. Something else for me.
But see, like, stop right there. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm glad you said that. That's what I want to tell the world right now. That's what it looked like Will Smith just been going through for years, being mentally fucked up and not leaving. Will Smith is like the bitch that won't leave the fucked up nigga down the street. It ain't that Jada's putting her hands on him, but it's like she been mentally demasculating this nigga for the longest. That's why the fuck he's snapping at random motherfucking places now. And that's just, look, that's my opinion. Outside looking in, it looked like this nigga's been stressed. It don't look like Jada ever stressed.
Yeah.
She like that shit if you ask me. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say about me. You can't cancel me.
The way that I even perceive what she says about Will, like I said, I'm not getting shared all the good shit either. But the way that she talks about Will and how Will even talks about her, I remember at one point Will was like he was trying his best to please his woman in the bed. Like trying. Sometimes he would do all
the open relationship, shit. If it exists, was Jada's idea. She is running the shit.
Woman.
But however,
do you know how that breaks you
keys
down?
Because of Jada.
However,
you know how that breaks you down where a woman fucking have a man in the position to where like, I'm gonna open up this relationship to keep you satisfied. This nigga got to fight with that. He got to fight with the fact that he ain't never been able to compete with Tupac. Tupac been dead 20 years, and this nigga is still attached to his wife.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So people can't tell me that Will slapped them just for that shit. Will slapped them because Will been taking beat downs in the fucking in the public for the longest.
And here's what
you don't have to compete with a dead man to be attached to your wife.
Hold on, let me say this.
That's fucked up.
Let me say this and I'm done. You catch your woman cheating, right? This is why Chris got smacked. You catch your woman cheating, right? You can't smack her. You got to go after the nigga. You don't even know this nigga.
I'm smacking her. If I smack a motherfucker, I put it out there. If I'm a smack a motherfucker, gotta be heard. That nigga don't owe me nothing.
But you always watch shows where the nigga come home.
I had an agreement with this bitch though.
You ever watch the shows or the movies? A nigga come home, is a nigga in his bed. He's trying to run away because he don't want to get beat up, right? Because nigga, I may not know you, but I'm fucking your wife, and you gonna whoop my ass, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
You in my bed,
yeah. You can't. He can't physically beat Jada for all this mental shit that she been fucking him up.
Yeah.
But he had to smack Chris for all the shit that she been taking this nigga through.
I want this same type of support though. It's just a different situation. I want the same type of support when women getting their ass whooped, right? And it may look like a hood situation. Mm-hmm. We look at it like this. Mm-hmm. But women are getting in abusive relationships and won't leave these relationships. And we like, you stupid because you doing this, right? And it's no difference because it's Will Smith and he got some money and he's in this situation. Motherfuckers have been going through this shit for years.
But we've been saying it for years.
But what I'm saying, but in a lot of situations, we have talked and made jokes about people being in fucked up relationships or fucked up situations like this.
Because that's our culture.
And this is my point. My point is, it is no fucking different because it is him and because you are sad over situations of you doing what you're doing. Yes, you can leave your wife or you could choose to stay. Yeah. If you choose to stay, that is your choice. I am not sitting up here like, oh my God, every time you so sad for you. Every time she says something, like no, sorry, no, okay, like it's fucked up. Mental illness is fucked up.
I think at this time, I agree with you. I think at the beginning, maybe trying to figure this shit out. I remember what you were just saying, like it's been years. But now you're right. He part of the problem.
Yeah.
You are part of the problem. There's maybe two people, a very toxic person. And if you are, I'm in a toxic situation and I'm like, shit, but shit fun. You know what I mean? Everybody's having a great time. So, but I know this shit is fucking bad.
It ain't fun no more. It don't look like their relationship is fun no more.
And then you get out the ride.
You know what I mean?
Get out the fucking ride.
That's why I said they should divorce. Hey, before we get out of here, I'm going to just say this. And y'all can have some closing remarks because this has been a good show. But great. I definitely got to say this. I think right now this looks like the most toxic relationship ever. There was a time when people looked at Will and Jada's relationship and said, that's what I want. We don't know anything about them but the rumored open relationship. And I ain't going to lie, when it come to men and we think about open relationships, we like, damn, Will got a good, rich, beautiful wife, can bang anybody he wants to. We wasn't thinking about, okay, well, maybe she's emotionally abusing this nigga behind the fucking walls and he submitted to that open relationship. You got to think about it now.
That nigga
it kind of looks like she was in the driver's seat in the in the inception of that open relationship, which on that hand ain't something you want. Because if you can't handle if you need another man to come in and bring his tools to help fix your woman.
Not the tools.
A lot of you do and don't know it.
It's fucked up. But you know what? Ain't nothing. But that's toxic too. Tell them. Like, I don't understand that either.
He said tell him.
Too.
I'm not going to tell you
if
what
I ain't handling it in the room, tell me so I can take my tools down the street.
Right. Do I not got the right tools?
That's probably what started this shit right here. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Everybody has something part of their relationship that where it is maybe lacking in one area or another. Mm-hmm. Everyone does. We may not admit it, but everyone does. Like, oh, if I could have a little more of this or a little more of that, then I would. I like this person. We're going great, but if I could, then there's some things that I tweak in this motherfucker. Yeah. Everybody feels like that. Everybody has that. However, like I said, I'm not in a relationship that ain't for me.
We all in it.
I don't know. No, I mean I don't. Literally, that's what I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they can. I just know what I see and what I hear. Same way I do with other people's relationships. Like I think Rihanna, ASAP Rocky look good. I don't really know what the fuck's going on at the crib. No. All I'm gonna say is, if you just shut the fuck up, okay? Share some little write a book. Let us read the motherfucker audio.
Now I gotta go. I gotta find this Will book on
read
the black market.
Let me
know it's gone.
No, that motherfucker on Audible. It's on Audible.
It's
It's on Audible. Cool. You got some credits. I got a credit.
Send me the credits.
But yeah, do whatever you need to do in your relationship to make your relationship work. But if you just sometimes just think about it. If you work on in-house, you don't have to worry about out-house. You know what I mean? Like, just work on your shit. Work on what you got. And then, like, hey, if y'all get it together and work the shit out later on, great. If it doesn't, then whatever.
All I'm going to say is, go Power Rangers!
We out of here.
We out.